Today, we're going to dive into a really powerful and honestly pretty sneaky form of manipulation. It's a word you've probably heard thrown around a lot, gaslighting. But what it really does, how it can subtly twist your whole sense of reality, well, that goes way deeper than most people think.
You know that feeling, right? It's just so unsettling. You're sure you remember something happening a certain way, but someone you trust, is telling you, nope, that's not how it happened. Or worse, that never happened at all. And you start to wonder, wait, am I crazy? Am I the one who's got it all wrong? Well, that feeling, it has a name.
So what is this thing really? Let's break it down. We're going to get into the definition and explore its surprisingly cinematic origins.
At its heart, gaslighting is all about control. It's a calculated move to make you question everything, your memory, your judgment, your own eyes and ears. The goal is to slowly chip away at your confidence until you become dependent on the manipulator to tell you what's real.
Yeah, the term actually comes from an old movie. In it, a husband keeps dimming the gas-powered lights, and when his wife points it out, he tells her she's imagining it. He's not just lying, he's deliberately messing with her environment and then blaming her perception. It's the perfect, creepy illustration of the tactic.
So why on earth would someone do this to another person? Let's get into the psychology behind it and look at some of the classic lines right out of their playbook.
For a narcissist, being wrong feels like a total threat to their existence. So to protect that super fragile ego, they just build a different reality, one where they are always right. Gaslighting is how they do it. They make you the problem, so they never have to face their own issues. And you know what's wild? They all seem to use the same script.
This is the big one, the foundation. A flat-out denial of something you know for a fact happened. It's so bold, so absolute, that it just stops you in your tracks and makes you question your own mind.
And then there's this gem. Suddenly, the problem isn't what they did, it's how you reacted to it. They completely dismiss your feelings, painting you as hysterical or irrational just for being upset.
This one is a direct hit on your perception. They're basically telling you that your brain is making stuff up, that you can't trust what you think you saw or heard. It's a way to really wear down your self-trust.
And here's where it really escalates. They're not just questioning one memory anymore. They're questioning your entire sanity. This is a shutdown tactic. It's meant to make you feel like nothing you say can be taken seriously.
And finally, the isolation play. By pretending they have a whole team backing them up, they make you feel like you're completely alone in your version of reality. It's a ton of pressure to just give in and agree with them.
Okay, so how does this actually work? Like, on a deep psychological level, what makes it so destructive to our self-trust? Well, it all comes down to this really powerful mental state called cognitive dissonance.
So our brains absolutely hate contradictions. We need things to make sense. When someone we love or trust is telling us something that totally clashes with what we know to be true, it creates this intense static in our heads. And our mind will do almost anything to make that static stop.
And to get rid of that mental stress, it often feels easier, safer even, to start doubting yourself instead of facing the painful truth that this person is deliberately messing with you. And when this happens over and over, you start to just hand over your sense of reality to them.
All right, now we know the what and the why. Let's get to the most crucial part. How do you know if it's happening to you? It's time to turn that fog of confusion into some crystal clear clarity.
I want you to really let this sink in. A healthy relationship should make you feel secure and clear, not constantly confused. If you're always feeling off balance and bewildered around someone, that is a huge, flashing red flag.
So take a look at these. Do any of them hit a little too close to home? Constantly second-guessing everything you do? Saying I'm sorry all the time? That feeling of walking on eggshells? These aren't just quirks of a relationship. They're survival skills you learn in a toxic environment.
Seeing the problem is a massive first step. Seriously, give yourself credit for that. The next step is doing something about it. So let's go through a game plan for how to protect yourself and take back your reality.
See how these are all about taking your power back? Writing things down gives you proof. Refusing to argue means you don't play their game. Getting an outside opinion helps you find solid ground again. But really, it's all about one thing: learning to listen to and trust that little voice inside you again. And you know what? This is the most amazing part. Gaslighting only works when you're confused and in the dark. The second you shine a light on it, the second you can name the tactic and see the pattern, it just loses its magic. The spell is broken.
Please, remember this. That feeling of being hurt, that confusion, that anger, that's not you being too sensitive. It's your mind, your spirit, screaming that something is deeply wrong. It's a sign that you are waking up and fighting for yourself.
So we've walked through the what, the why, and the how to fight back. You have the playbook now. So the question isn't about them anymore. It's about you. How are you going to use this knowledge to stand up for your truth and protect your own reality?